fast can a 2024 Formula 1 car lap the greatest circuit in the world, the Nurburgring? And why haven't we seen it done in real life? I mean, frankly, there's a number of reasons. The first one, and probably the main one, is safety. If you're unfamiliar with the Nurburgring, it's one of the most technically challenging circuits in the world, one of the longest circuits in the world, with an average lap time being in the 8-minute range for a GT3 car. Pathetic. And also has curves roughly the size of the current Mr. Beast drama. So imagine hitting one of those guys in an F1 car. You would literally just... So despite the fact people have gone round the real-life Nurburgring in an F1 car, we've never really seen a representative lap time till today. So in a recent video, I tried out the VRC Formula Alpha 2024. In my mind anyway, the closest you can get to driving a real-life F1 car in sim. And we're going to see just how quick we can hustle this thing around the Nordschleife.
Daring today, aren't we?
And if we survive or not, who knows? And because of course we're taking on a Nordschleife challenge, it is time for a lovely word from the glorious Abruzzi. If you're looking to lap your own silly cars in sim and have no sim kit in which to do so, then Abruzzi is the place to go. Whether you're looking to start completely from the beginning or looking to upgrade your sim setup, Abruzzi has everything you need. And if you want to try before you buy, we also have a showroom down in the southeast to make sure you get the right kit for you. As always, link down below in the description. Now, I talk about context a lot with speed, because watching, I don't know, 20 F1 cars go around the same circuit is sometimes hard to get a feel for just how fast they're going. So before I jumped in AC to record this, I recorded myself doing a lap of the Nürburgring in a BMW M4 GT3 car. Those GT3 cars are the fastest cars that currently race around the Nürburgring in real life, and I think honestly they're insane. So this being several steps above is going to show you just how quick these F1 cars are, in case you somehow didn't know. Clutch in, start her up. Lovely! Here's our F1 car! So what I like to do before I do one of these laps is just sort of do a slower lap around to get an idea of where this car is quick and where it is, and well, to be honest, this is going to be quick pretty much everywhere. But I think our main issue we're going to have in an F1 car compared to, say, a GT car is the bumps. This car is extremely stiff, very long as well. It's basically a limousine. So trying to find the parts where it's going to be a problem is kind of super important to this lap time in general. I mean, already you're getting an idea just how bumpy this thing is from just driving it around, how stiff it is. Every little bump, the car's just going blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of difficult to keep it on the straight and narrow. Something else we have to consider as well, is we have to always consider with a car of this nature, is the deployment and the hybrid. Now, from what I can tell, I can't just deploy when I want. It's up to the car when I deploy. So I've turned it down to the least possible setting, the most possible regeneration, but I think it does mean at some point that we are probably going to run out of ERS on this lap. Nice and steady down here. But you really get a feel for the sense of speed of an F1 car, especially in this section down towards the foxhole and the compression. It's just kind of a bit mad. Is it flat through here? Yeah, of course it's flat. Now, these sort of parts of the circuit where it's going to be most difficult trying to get this car through in one piece. Third gear. Watch out for that curb and exit, that will kill us.
Jimmy!
And low rebel tree. And when you consider that we're just kind of cruising round right now, the lap time that this thing is capable of is going to be pretty damn ridiculous, I think. It's like ERS has left the chat at the halfway mark there. So barely using anything. Can I maybe turn it up a little bit? One of these buttons will surely give me some. Not a map. No, I don't want a wet map. Welcome to the just complexity that is this car. Going through all my little buttons here. Can't quite figure out what's going to make us quicker, but I think we're going to have to just deal without this lack of ERS, which is a real shame. We lose quite a bit of pace because of it, but it's just how these cars are set up. You can only use a limited amount of ERS per lap, and this VRC version of the F1 car is, well, it's true to that. You do have to use a certain amount. Right, carousel. This is where his car's going to suffer a lot. I have to go so slow through here. So slow. You have to be so precise as well to just chuck it through. Oh my god. And where the circuit is undulating, you're at points you're not all four wheels touching the ground through some of these tighter corners. This will be tricky up here, I think, because of the apex. To let it roll through. And over the top, it's trying to spin everywhere through here. So this is where the car is really struggling. I can feel it just bottoming out everywhere. Especially in like third and fourth gear where the downforce just sort of comes away a little bit. That's where all the spooky stuff starts. Now, in real life, we have a bit of a lift over here. Downforce keeps us on the ground, that's mad. Hoping we have DRS in that long straight. That is going to be helpful to us. Yep. Do we have DRS? Come on, we do have DRS. Great. DRS is going to kind of save us down the straight here. Use 8th gear, using all that engine torque. Nearly hitting 200 mile an hour there. We probably will hit it before we start bottoming out a little bit, but we could raise the car up a bit, I guess. I might try and do that, but we're going to lose that downforce, which is pushing us into the ground. But if we hit the floor, that downforce goes anyway, so it's a bit of an up and down. Okay, well, that was a nice little reconnaissance lap. Time for a push lap. Something like that on that lap is my MD UK was just not really being used at all. So, I'm going to have to read the lap is that I ran out of MG UK super quickly. I was using it all pretty much in the first sector, so I decided to go through each individual split and just try and tune it so I'd have some left at the end of the lap. My deploy strat here is very much focusing on these two big acceleration zones out of Bergwerk and on, of course, onto the back straight. That's where we can gain the most time. Right, okay, so first gear engaged. Let's see if we can somehow get this 2024 F1 car around a lap of the Nurburgring. So here we are then. The very short start finish straight on this version of the circuit, and now down to third gear for T1. Trying to hit that curve on the inside, but not, if you get my meaning. And now down towards Hudson back. Completely easily flat in this car. 7th gear now over the really bumpy bit on the right hand side. Now down to 4th as we hold a bit of throttle through there just to stabilise that rear end. Same through here, just a tiny bit of throttle just to keep the car pointing in the right direction. Down to 4th, going to hold the throttle again, and now off. Good opportunity now to put a bit of speed using some of that MGU. Now over the top of a flue plats, not even a hint of a lift through here. The car could go a lot faster through here if we had the speed to do it with. Bit more of the energy coming in there. Now up to 8th gear. Using that torque, so just bottoming out there and slowing the car down again, just sort of at the bottom of 8th gear. No point shifting down for now, then heavy on the brakes for Arenberg. 4th gear again on the throttle, nice and early, aiming for that curb on the inside, just rubbing it, not touching it too hard, if you get the drift. And now down towards the compression. Again, completely flat for here. What's even more impressive is this is also completely flat, even on a bit of the curb there. Come off a little bit of speed now, and as the speed comes off, the downforce comes off, so you have to be really careful how we introduce the car to the corner. But look already, look how far ahead we are of the GT3 car. Just night and day performance, and that GT3 car is not slow at all, but we'll focus on this lap for now. Down towards this very tricky downhill braking zone. A little bit of a blend through here in a GT4 car, in this car, nothing. Now into miss hit miss, a little bit of a lift through there, not even touching the brake pedal. Could probably go through there flat, I've got the line right. And now down to the slowest point in the circuit. Again, just sort of stroking the accelerator through there, nice and easy. We plummet down towards Adenau. Great place to grab a bite to eat. And now back up the hill again towards Bergwerk. We'll be using a little bit of our MGU up here. It's uphill here in real life, really big uphill climb. We go so late into the corner, carry so much speed. We'll be careful on that application of the throttle though. See there, big use of the MGU there. Lots of energy being used, up to 300 kph. We're going to leave it in 7th gear though, because as we bleed off that use of the energy, we are going to slow down the drag from that massive amount of air on this car. Just unreal. Really, really quick lap time so far. Now to the toughest bit of the course for this car. Going through the carousel, and I think it might be quicker for me to go up the top. So I'm going to give it a try. I think it's honestly equal. You just don't carry any speed through the bottom at all there. But again, compared to where that GT3 car is right now, we can afford to go around the top there. Look at that gap. Now the bit where we have to concentrate. This is where the car really doesn't feel too happy. This is where it really struggles to stay on the straight and narrow, especially through you see the car, the rear there, just dancing as we go through over the bumps, over the cambers, over the elevation. YouTube corner, hello, goodbye. Now up to the ice curve. Dangerous in the wet, luckily it's bone dry in the daylight, still almost go. There you go, ice curve for a reason. Just the bumps of the car there disrupting the downforce, flat over the jump. Through up now to the Bellafest. Oh my god, the car all over the place, but we're just about keeping it, putting on the straight and narrow for now. Only a few challenging corners left. Flat through this right-hander, insane. The fifth through here again, rolling the speed. I think that was 200 kph minimum there. Really tricky for this little second mini. Oh, balls! That is the worst corner on the course. We'll keep going though. As we come on to the back straight, look at the gap between us and the GT3 car now. This is going to be a mid 5-minute lap, I think. We're out of ERS, unfortunately, but DRS is open. Now we're going to plummet underneath the Bilstein Bridge, down the hill once more. Car's going to bottom out of the bottom. There it is. Now we've got to try and get this braking zone all this nice and neat and tidy. Really bumpy down here. Could have been a bit quicker there, but it's okay. We'll get the lap done now. And 3rd gear over the line. It's a 5-minute 13. 5-minute 13, and that GT3 car is still going to be going for over a minute before it gets to the start-finish line. I can't tell you how quick that lap is. In fact, I'm fairly sure it's very close to the real-life lap record around here. Let me just check that. In fact, it's faster by 6 seconds. So we just beat the Nurburgring lap record in a modern F1 car. Man, I wish we could see this in real life. I really wish we could. But guys, that was a lap of the Nurburgring in a 2024 F1 car, and you can just, the speed of this thing is unreal. And it's my fond hope one day that we see someone take an F1 car at speed around this circuit. I know it probably won't happen, but you know what? A man can dream, and until that moment, we have sim racing to fill the gap. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to tap that like button, subscribe, and a big thank you, as always, to my channel members and to the Patreons for helping support me and supporting content like this. Take care, have an awesome day. See you for the next super challenge.